Dreams offer peace.
We haven't seen Makoto a lot, but Makoto was a very big game changer because this used to be, I believe, Candlelight on Bridal Lin, which came out in the second year. Where's it the first year? First year.
Bridal Lin was the first year, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a long time ago. So it was a very useful weapon for arena assault purposes because after combat, you can attack and inflict status on target and foes within 2 spaces of target, preventing counterattacks through their next actions. In other words, if you got to attack off, everybody else can attack and they can't counterattack, which is a super useful skill in like clearing content in this game. She served you well, served me well for years. Makoto came out in like when again?
2018, end of 2018.
End of 2018. Yeah, it's been a while, but in all that entire time, haven't really heard of anybody talk or use her after launch. But nice to see her finally here. Anyways.
Yeah.
This is a completely max Makoto. Wow. 40 plus 10, 10 flowers, 44 HP, 52 attack, 41 speed, 26 defense, 32 res, flash plus, of course, martyr plus, miracle, attack speed, push 4, whoa, dazzling staff 3, attack defense oath 3, and brazen attack speed. Well, that actually makes a lot of sense. This is easily not just the best Makoto I've seen, but it's also one of the most offensive healers I've ever seen. Who does this?
People who hate
Somebody really
Altina.
likes Makoto.
Yeah. Okay. So plus speed's also a really good one. Wait a second, how do you even plus 10 Makoto?
That's
And
an excellent
Altina
question.
died for that build.
That's fine.
That's true.
Yeah, I question the oath, but if you got a free Altina and you want to kill them,
Oh,
okay.
you wait. Altina's still the only one with attack defense oath.
It was new.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was that's weird.
Okay. I'm not even sure how much you need this. You have dazzling. Come on.
It does make for more balanced defenses.
I
If you
guess
really
attack
were
version.
concerned about a oath, I would probably have just done speed defense oath now or rouse speed defense, so you actually have some more speed.
All right,
Just
but
to start.
when it triggers, that is pretty good. Attack speed plus 7, so 50, 59, 48, and if attack defense oath is up as well, that is 60, 64, and a brazen possibly triggering as well. But you kept martyr, so you can heal yourself out of brazen by healing anybody actually. Huh.
Could be pros and cons there.
Yeah, it could be pros and cons. You can eventually chip yourself into brazen attack speed with attack speed push, but
2
Huh.
hits.
oh yeah, that's right. Even as she's a healer, 44 HP it's actually not a lot. Like at plus 10 with max flowers.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's pushes 5 chip, so you actually would need to be hit 3 times.
3 times.
Because you need to be below 75 or at, so you'd have to have 33 HP.
Okay,
which is
that's
11.
interesting. I would have suggested like darting blow or something.
Yeah, that's a little hard to chip into unless you have like bolt trap.
Or any blows, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
of the
I don't think you
brazen.
can do blows on healers. You'd have to do like
Wait.
a bond.
Yeah, you can't.
That's right. You can't run those on. Oh my
You
god.
also can't run offensive stances.
See, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I never even considered doing that. Because for me, healers are healers. Like, I've never even explored using them offensively outside Veronica, but that was only briefly, because, you know, there's really no point in doing that on her. But, okay, good point. I guess this is as good as it gets.
Basically,
Yeah.
if you're looking
This-
at max offense.
Just in general for most healers, yeah, this is like ideal build. Also, they killed Altina, which I liked.
Why do you like that?
Because I already
What's
had
wrong with Altina?
her winning was made me sad. I wanted Sothis.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine. We can talk about my salt later.
If Sothis had won, I would have followed her to Byleth.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's
Anyway, the martyr just keeps her outside of the less than 25% for attack speed push, so it's actually just an overall really good build overall.
Mhm.
if you push yourself out of range, it's really nice to have martyr.
She is a nurturing adoptive mother to Azura. Oh god, I didn't go far enough in Fates to know that.
No, well,
Actually, that's
no,
very easy. That's
only
very
in
early.
I can do this.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Wait a second. That
What?
accessory, that looks so good.
Yeah, I think it was Cordelia and Norn that people were putting that on for the most part.
Does it actually change your hairstyle to that?
No, the accessory, the EX version, has the little rat and ruffles.
It looks so good. It looks so right on her. She reminds me of like, you know, the Monkey King from the Chinese fantasy.
Sun Wukong.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I like that a lot. It looks really good. Anyways, Knight Paragon Cordy, 40 plus 10, 5 flowers, 42 HP, 58 attack, 47 speed, 33 defense, 42 res. Cordy's Lance, of course. Reposition Soul, Fury 4, Pegasus Flight 3, Home Flyers, and Attack Res 2. Attack Res 2. Okay. I get it. But like, I never see that. Wow, you're actually buffing. I'm surprised by this build.
You're really trying for Pegasus Flight here.
Yeah. I remember when Pegasus Flight got released. I was instant like, I don't see the point of this.
The speed condition's not even bad. People kind of it's not hard to do that. I think you could have like 7 less speed or something, 6 less speed, and still proc it. It's just the res condition is really high.
I know, but the attempt for the res, not only is this not Cordy's special refine, which is a HP threshold thing that gives you attack and speed. I guess with Fury 4, I understand the point of that. But Cordy's Lance, res refine, and attack res 2. This adds 6 res. Ooh.
So right now it would be, because you have to have 14 more res than your opponent, foes up through 28 res get fully hit by Pegasus Flight.
Yeah, so that's kind of
At
why.
base.
Yeah.
If this was on Light Blessing, I would actually think this is pretty good.
I do appreciate
think
someone
Naga's
trying to make this work, though.
Is it not light blessing?
No,
No.
it's Astra. So Naga's defense and Altina's attack. Until we
Oh,
get
it
a
was-
res mythic, not worth.
It was swapped for. It was swapped for the current season since we're in Astra right now. When we reviewed it, it was light.
Okay, that's
Okay.
that's more acceptable because then you have your air buff that's 47, so anything up to 33 res gets hit. That's actually kind of reasonable.
That is much more reasonable. And okay, so yeah, in terms of ether raids, then I can understand it because the Fury 4 is going to drain your HP so quickly. Even if you have Pegasus Flight reducing their damage, Fury 4 is right there. Like, you're not really saving much HP at all. So
Makes you a good beacon.
yeah. In terms of Wings of Mercy kind of shenanigans, this would be, which by the way, we never even, I guess we briefly talked about with Young Minerva, but like you put Young Minerva with this Cordy, you got a pretty interesting team there.
Yeah, there's some pretty solid synergy there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stats.
Another potential way to maximize Pegasus Flight is getting plus res for Cordelia because that
I
is a
wouldn't
super
do
boon
that.
for her.
No.
Oh, well, it is a super boon, I guess, but you're at that tipping point where if you want to actually start hitting some quads, you need more that speed.
Here's the thing. I don't think Pegasus Flight is a long-term solution, guys. Like on Cordy especially.
I think Cordy can use it quite nicely in this build, but I wouldn't go that far for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying in the future you don't really know what's going to happen, and with like how things have been going, yeah, like these skills seem like they barely work today, or they're not like that worthwhile already. If you go even further in the future, I would question it even more. So that's my.
I mean, it
view on
really is only for the mixed tanks that you really get punished, because if they have really high res, that means they're going to have low defense typically. So Pegasus Flight wouldn't make much of a difference.
I know, but we're headed towards like a direction where like.
It's more speed meta right now than tank meta.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
we went for like very high defense and then like moderate res, and then they just stopped at a certain point, and then they went to the speed meta phase. Like it would not surprise me at all if we go back to that, where they're
I
pushing.
wouldn't be
it.
surprised, but I also don't think that, especially with the light blessing, you'll be suffering much. At least as far as res checks go.
We'll see in the future. Right now, there's not that many damage boosting these slots. You can have someone else use the chills anyway. So for now,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Desperation just has so much longevity, and with Fury, obviously, you can always use Desperation here.
Yeah,
in the future.
of course. I think that for all intents and purposes, this is about as good as it gets, but for the average person, Pegasus Flight is not something I'd recommend inheriting on a whim. Especially since Guardlands can't be taken with it.
Thus far for me, I haven't seen anyone I would like definitely put it on. No hero right now makes a lot of sense to me.
It's designed for any Pegasus flyer, so you really just have to jack up their speed res, and they all have speed res.
No,
But
I
with
know
Cordelia,
that. I'm just saying,
yeah,
even then, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, the reward isn't high enough for me.
your only real option otherwise is Desperation or Formation.
I
If you're
know.
looking for something a little different.
Which is
think
what I would
this is
suggest
fine.
on Cordy because of Cordy's lance, and especially for special refining.
Yeah.
Other options for Pegasus Flight that have really high res would be Sigrid.
Yeah, you could probably do Sigrid. The main reason why I like Cordy is that she actually has the offense to boot. But Sigrid doesn't take as much investment.
What for me, a hero that would perfectly use this would already have things that necessitate Pegasus Flight's conditions. If it's just Pegasus Flight, I don't really view it as worthwhile. It's just like for me with Sword Session. I don't view it as worthwhile outside of Tsubasa, basically.
I mean, you'd be looking at res checking at that point. Nobody does that, and nobody probably will do that
We'll see.
for the
No,
foreseeable future.
I definitely think they'll explore that sometime.
No, Pegasus.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's Cordy.
Will you survive?
Oh wow.
Kind of fell off.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I don't know about this, to be honest. Yeah. 40 plus 10, 5 flowers, completely max Black Knight, 54 HP, 56 attack, 39 speed, 41 defense, 23 res, Alondite, Swap, Black Luna, Distant Defense 4, Vengeful Fighter, Armor March 3, and Swift Stance 2. Real quick, rest in peace Black Knight, you were the bundle hero, you're gone. I never bought the bundle in the end.
Yep.
Bid by BK value meal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually the cost of an actual BK value meal. Okay, with that said though, Distant Defense 4, that's from Knigas.
Vengeful 4, Vengeful 3, probably in boot.
Yeah, also from Knigas. So it's actually not too expensive if Knigas grew on trees. They don't.
Oh yeah, but it was for the sake of this unit 1 5-star.
Armor
There's
March.
also the
Well,
fact,
2 March, but we have Armor March in the compile pool.
That's true.
and there's also the fact that Kennegus was on 2 legendary and mythic banners within the last 4.
Yeah, there was plenty of options for getting Kane, and some of them were really good options.
See, okay, real quick, just for those who forgot, Black Knight, first year hero, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, first year.
And he was deadly because once people put Bold Fighter on him, and remember the Wu Dao Bold Fighter thing back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
quite the
God.
time.
Almost unstoppable.
Almost unstoppable. That was a thing for the longest time. Unfortunately, in the coming years, he wasn't treated well enough, as literally nothing happened to him.
Distant counter weapons are distant counter weapons.
Yeah,
That said, his bad res really started to show.
his bad res really started to show. At the time, it was already showing. It was just like, but it was still like, okay, well, Black Luna, by the way, was like what, the first unique special?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was that special with the Black Knight. So I remember how scared I was of Black Knights because I remember I was like, I put my Noe in front of him and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna win this because it's a blue magical dragon, like blue magical damage dragon versus the Black Knight, and he just slaughtered her. She was full HP. It didn't matter. He slaughtered her.
Black Luna was so powerful at the time. It still is.
It still is, but you know what? I have to agree with this because at this point, I don't think Black Knight's a good offensive option. It still works. It should still like destroy everything, but the stats just don't keep up as well enough. Whereas if you fall back on using him defensively, because again, if you send an armor unit into an enemy formation nowadays, pretty disastrous results because he doesn't have the stats to withstand multiple combats anymore. He used to, if in the first year. But yeah, if you use him defensively though, You can definitely like just bait them in with vengeful and distant defense and make the most of it.
Since Twitch decided to not show my sub, take more of my money. Kappa kappa kappa.
Thanks, Tay, man. I appreciate it. Alright, but yeah. So I completely agree with this because if he's hit by archers, that is where he shrugs the damage with 49 and of course taking away the bonuses. But if it's not, he gets to 31 plus 4, so 35. And of course the speed gets him to 43, which hopefully prevents a double so he can just use the Vengeful Fighter twice. Get hit one time, Vengeful twice.
And proc Black Moon on the second hit. Not to mention it's Light Blessing, so he's probably going to get an extra 4 speed, 5 res, and 10 HP on top. And his skill list is, of course, resplendent.
Oh my. Look at all them skills. Beautiful.
Amazing.
By the way,
It's always
Res.
this is
it's
really,
always
really
nice to see somebody spoil their favorite.
Oh yeah, this is
like it.
This is much
Okay.
better than my BK.
Flashing Blade
Sorry.
4?
What are you doing? I don't think
Yeah,
that
armors
works.
can
Wait
use
a minute.
flashing blade.
Hold
Uh,
Whoa.
Okay, that one was just
Beautiful.
a flex.
I don't think it works. I'll just be honest.
It doesn't.
Remember when he and Amelia were the fastest armor units?
Yeah, that lasted for a long time.
By the way, there's no
Long
point in
time.
Flashing Blade anymore. Well, there was never on like Armored Heroes because they just use
Armors,
Bolt Fighter.
no.
Yeah. We're Special Fighter. It
Oh
doesn't
man, he's
matter.
got
It's
all
down
the
there.
fighters on there. This man's got
course.
all the fighters.
Except for Wary because
All
he
the
doesn't
main
care.
ones, anyway.
Or daring because
I'd imagine flashing would work in some situations, but it's so weird.
Yeah,
That's why I
there's,
see
there's no real
Wrath's
need for it.
Spiral. Sweet.
Oh, I bet he had the original build with Wrath.
Probably. Where did you take Shield Pulse 2 from?
Shield Pulse 2? Is he? Oh, Weed. Okay, I'm not even gonna question
maybe
it.
Fjorm?
But why?
Saber?
Wait,
Well, what did you
Or
take?
Saber?
Saber
I think
has
those-
Slaying Edge, Aegis,
Maybe Saber
and
for
HP
Slaying.
speed 2.
I think it's Saber
And
for
Shield
Slaying Edge.
Pulse.
Those
'Cause
are the
Shield
only
Pulse
two I
doesn't make
think that
sense.
have
Oh,
Shield Pulse.
oh, that might have been an old inherit, like a really old inherit then.
That
Before
that would
Slaying
make
Edge was
sense.
refined.
All right, this is easily the most committed to Black Knight I've seen.
Dance for me!
All right, it's my dude, Prison Mike. I used to think Prison Mike was just a joke username with him because Prison Mike was an office, office character when. It's so dumb. Look at Office Prison Mike sometime, guys. It's so dumb. Anyways, adorable, adore Soleil. 40 plus 10, 5 flowers, 42 HP, 61 attack, 40 speed, 33 defense, 29 res. Fire Sweep plus reposition, Gale-force, Flashing Blade 4, Lull attack speed 3, times pulse 3. Oh, and Darting Blow. Whoa. I usually see people go null.
That's implying that you want the enemy face.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. A fast Gale-force build with Fire Sweep Sword. Huh.
It works.
Yeah, this really.
Anything I think the plus attack's a little weird. That's besides the point.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would
You're
have
missing 5
gone
Dragon
with
Flowers.
speed defense, honestly.
It's possible that they just never got a.
If
plus
you don't get low
speed
speed defense,
for-
then that's
Quad's kind of hard to
Summons.
get, I guess.
well, yeah. I think it's on Claude
It is.
And
Claude.
Burning?
and Birdie.
Claude,
Oh, it's still
Bernadetta,
burning,
and
fine.
New Year Leith had it.
Do your Leith, yeah. Darting Blow is pretty much obligatory without the speed boon.
Yeah, you kind of have to do it if you want the Flashing Blade to be guaranteed. All right.
Yeah, I'd probably switch to plus speed, get those 5 Dragon Flowers. Speed defense if you can eventually get it for B slot. Otherwise, this is perfect.
No, I'd wait because I would bet if when she gets her own refine, it's based off Fire Sweep.
Oh, yeah, but I'd still probably take plus speed.
All right.
Really want to keep up because that's only 49.
Yeah, you're also right. But hey, I was gonna talk about earlier, Resplendent Heroes. I think Soleil has a good chance as well.
She's book 2.
I know
Everything's been
she's.
book 1.
I know which book she's from. I mean, we'll eventually get to that point.
Like in 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
We only get 1 unit of the cast per month, and I think there's over 200 heroes in book 1. About 100.
Can't wait for Corin.
Eh. I'd say that refine is more likely.
No, I
down
also
the
think
road,
she's
like
gonna get
6 months
refined
or so.
too. Yeah. I feel bad for her because You remember when Soleil first launched and she got demoted? Everyone was just down for her. Like, that was huge.
Oh, it was insane.
Yeah.
She still is one of the best demotes, even if she doesn't score as well as Echidna.
She really is.
That stat line is so optimized.
It is. It is. I don't even know how they did it because it seems like she has no weakness.
This character's still relevant today. That just her stat line's just that good.
I mean, you could say her weakness lies in her naturally low HP and defenses, but that attack speed is pretty sweet for a demote.
Man, can you believe this character got demoted and not Rajat?
Who cares?
Thinking about it now.
And in fairness, Rajat actually does have a pretty solid 35-35 spread. So, but yeah, no. Soleil is one of the best demotes we've had, and I'd still probably say that.
It also bothers me at this point that hey, like, I mean, okay, I was just gonna say, Soleil, as good as she is, a year later, within a year later, we got to what? What was his name again? I forgot it already.
Who are we talking about?
170 VST, Sword Hero Grail.
Rucker.
Rucker.
Rucker also has
Rucker,
6 less attack.
I know, but then
And he's a
within
Grail unit.
within months, Astro came out, which is basically Soleil with less res.
Astrum, I think, came out about a half year later.
I know, but I'm just saying, at this point, it just feels kind of bad.
I mean, yeah, Astrum is pretty much Soleil too, but Astrum's still Grails.
Yeah, it is still Grails. But I'm just gonna...
We haven't had a sword drops in Sylvia. Well, Marth, I guess, but not in the regular pools in Sylvia.
That's
as far
good.
As sword infantry.
That's good because it's getting kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah, the swordies have been really. Ooh.
Yeah, and then when it came to axes, it wasn't until like the past 3 months where things really changed.
Axes were naturally slow archetype until the past few months.
The fastest were like Anna and Legion from like a while.
It was Anna, and that was it.
All right. Anyways, for Soleil, I really like this build, mostly because I think this build... I don't like suggesting builds on these heroes anymore, just because once the refine changes, I could be like, suggested something entirely wrong, or doesn't use it at all. But it just comes with the territory of unrefined characters, unfortunately. Anyways, my entire point was, I do think this is one of those cases where it will work out, because most likely it's going to be a fire sweep. She's going to remain as fire sweep hero.
Yeah. I mean, Faye didn't keep it, but Roderick did, so 1 for 1 on that. But Soleil has the stats to make Fire Sweep work. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it.
Let's be honest, Soleil has the stats to make just about any weapon you give her.
That's
Anything
true, yeah.
will work on Soleil.
God, I kind of regret not building one.
Yeah. I love mine.
I wanted to build one, I just couldn't get 11 copies fast enough.
I got her finished within a year.
Okay,
See,
I kind of
I
want to go
would've-
back to her Fire Sweep roots, but I don't have a good build for that.
I would have built her if I weren't a whale a few years ago and didn't pull Mia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Alright, anyways. Wow, this is a really committed to one. Oh wait, I know this.
Oh my god,
I've seen this several times.
Oh, you really,
Yeah.
really committed.
It's like everything. Yeah.
I thought my Soleil was starting to get somewhere.
Okay, anyways, let me explain the beauty of this build, and then we can go on. Times Pulse drops Gale-force to 4 cooldown. Normally, you don't want to do Fire Sweep Gale-force because it remains at 5 cooldown, but it works out here because if it drops to 4 cooldown, Flashing Blade triggers, -2, and then you attack again -2, you can instantly Gale-force. Gale-force with Fire Sweep alone gets broken down so often, so this is huge. Anyways, the entire idea is lull attack speed, drop their attack in speed. It's more for the lull speed portion because attack, you shouldn't be getting attacked at this point, so...
yeah, it's mostly for enemy phase, if anything.
Victory's within reach!
Yeah, that would be better.
Let's... Again, old
He
Trevant.
might look a bit nicer with it.
Old Trevant.
Okay, well, the King of Thracia is 40 plus 9 with 5 flowers. Not max, but, you know, I get it. 57 HP,
Right.
56 attack, 30 speed, 46 defense, 26 res, Tandem Boom plus reposition, Bonfire, Mirror Stance, QR, Threat Attack Defense 3, and Mirror Stance 2. I actually really like this. Tandem Boom.
Somebody really wants his res.
Yeah. I also haven't seen, like, Tandem Boom in forever.
I haven't either.
It's because like Reprisal lands, Vanguard, just kind of.
Oh yeah, there's just better weapons than an Omni stance right now.
No, but
It's fun.
it's still really good.
Still really solid compared to some of the others at that time.
Yeah. Anyways, this was the suggested weapon back in the day, in the first year especially, but as time passes, anyways. The entire idea is he is supposed to just be enemy phase, so just get hit. He has a lot of defense. Mirror Stance, I get it because his res is his biggest weakness. Tandem Boom improves it. Improves all stats by 2, by the way. And then Mirror Stance improves his attack and res, and then attack and res. So 10 extra attack, 10 extra res. This takes it to 36, 38 res, and 68 attack. Yeah, that's really legit. And a 58 defense, yeah. At 58 defense, you don't really need to be worried about arrows that much anymore. So I prefer this as well, yeah.
If you really want to go for the mixed build, this is probably the way to go. For a cheaper person, you probably just go Barrier Lance instead. But I think this is a really nice way of mixing up your stuff. Not to mention you get a little bit of speed for those armors.
Mm-hmm. Basically, unless you really like Trevant, I would suggest Altena, but you gotta wait a long time for her. And if you're not planning to use her special weapon, then there's no reason not to go Trevant unless you have no grails, you know.
Apparently you were dared to make this build.
He was dared?
Really?
At least that's what I'm reading.
That's pretty interesting.
Also this Jason guy. I read this comment before the stream started, and I was just so upset. Alright, this is what he says. F me, I just got back to Fae last week, and today I pulled 11 4-star Mars. And I fused them all. And awakened to 5 stars, and I forgot that awakening resets it to +0. Fuck my life.
Oh!
Yeah, dude, you're supposed
Wow.
to... You're-
Oh, dude.
You have to individually up all 11 copies. You don't get to cheat the system by merging them as a 4-star, and just spending 20k feathers. I remember
They
when...
could at the very least make it like a +3 or.
I remember when people first got this game and they thought they were cheating Fae by doing that. Like, what if we just merged all the 4-stars together and just unlock potential one time?
Yeah, we learned that was not a good idea.
That never
very
worked.
quickly.
But like people thought they were cheating, like they could fool the system or something.
No,
It's so silly.
they knew.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's painful to hear.
Yikes.
And also, when you do that, you get that Bane back as well.
You get the Bane
You
back.
get the
Yep,
Fade
it's
back.
Yeah, you get the Bane
because the
back.
merges are all gone.
No merge. Bane's gone. Bane's back.
I'm sorry. That's just. I shouldn't be laughing because it's.
Was that Defiance Speed?
Yeah, it's Defiant Speed. Anyways,
I think that's on Robin.
anyway, that's so sad, man. But like,
For Ignis.
if
Fire.
here's my advice to anyone like returning to a game, refamiliarize with it, because stuff like that happens. It might sound like it's a really dumb thing to happen, but you always forget these little details that always screw you over. So
There's some really strange stuff in here. Brazen
There's a
attack
lot of
speed.
skills on that Trevant.
Pass.
oh come
Why
on,
not?
dude.
Live for bounty!
Why?
You killed the Camilla for that?
What's the point of that?
One of the
Why
most
not?
useless B slots in the entire game.
Why
Obstruct
not?
4.
Flex.
All right. I mean, I think it's cool that you like him so much.
It's. I just wish I liked him as much as.
He's really good in his stats, and fire guidance is pretty nice, but
Not having a
think they came out
pref
the same
really
time.
hurts.
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm just waiting for Arion on that one. If they're gonna add Ultravant, it's gonna be this way.
Anyways, this is a really impressive Trevant. I'm big fan Trevant. Kind of reminds me of Garen, except he's less mean.
I use them all the time. probably one of my favorites of these GHBs.
Oh my
For-
god, you just made me remember something.
What?
Mhm.
Corrin's story is basically just the same as Zeltana's.
Yeah.
Pretty much.